Now we will go to the RL load with the freewheeling diode. We have seen the problem with the RL load. What RL load is having? From alpha to pi, the RL load absorbs the power, and from pi to beta, the RL load delivers back the power to the source. So the net power that is consumed in the RL load is what? Less, because it is the difference of the powers. Okay, from alpha to pi, it is absorbing. From pi to beta, it is delivering the power to the source. Thereby, the effective power it reduces. The effective power absorbed by the RL load, it is less. The problem comes only in the negative cycle. From alpha to pi in the positive cycle, the power it is absorbed by the load. The problem comes from pi to beta. Power flows from load to source. From alpha to pi, it is very good. The power flows from source to load. This is I require, but this is not required. So this I have to eliminate. This I eliminate by putting the freewheeling diode. This I eliminate by putting freewheeling diode. That we will see. So now RL load with freewheeling diode. This is freewheeling diode. This is thyristor or L. This is my V0 and this is I0, and the current here is IS. Now IS and I0 they are not exactly equal, and this is what? The current through the freewheeling diode. This is the current through the freewheeling diode, and this is source Vs equal to Vm into sin omega t. Now in this circuit from pi to beta, the whatever energy that is in the inductor, whatever energy that is there in the inductor, that will be freewheeled, that will be circulated in this path. Okay, in this path. Okay, so power it will be retained in the load itself. The power won't be pumped back to the source. The whatever energy that is contained in the energy, it is freewheeled in this circuit. So thereby resistor gets the power. Resistor gets power from the energy stored in the inductor, and the energy it will be dissipated in the circuit only, and it won't be pumped back to the source. Now the effective power that is absorbed by the resistor, it will be much more higher with the freewheeling diode. So the freewheeling diode improves the performance. Freewheeling diode improves the performance. Now we will see the waveform. First I am drawing for Vs. So Vs is what? Vm into sin omega t. Okay. Vm into sin omega t. Again we come from the basics. Assume that this SCR is off, and also this is off. Now you observe what happens. The current is 0, the voltage across this load is 0, the voltage across this load is 0, and thereby what I have? The source voltage directly appears across thyristor. So the thyristor is forward biased here, and it is reverse biased here. The same thing is applicable. Here it is forward biased, and it is reverse biased. Okay. So I can trigger this at any moment. The alpha minimum is here. It is 0. 0 less than or equal to alpha less than or equal to 180. Meaning what? Alpha minimum is 0. Alpha maximum is 180 degrees. This entire positive cycle, it is forward biased. So I can straight away find anywhere between 0 to 180 degrees. Okay. Let us suppose here I have fired at this instant. We will see what happens. Okay. Now we will see. So since it is forward biased, it starts conducting from this point. Okay. From 0 to alpha, it doesn't conduct. From 0 to alpha, it doesn't conduct. From alpha, it starts conducting. When it conducts, V0 is equal to Vs. So V0 is equal to Vm into sin omega t. That is what I have drawn. This is the waveform of V0. When the SCR conducts, the V0 is straight away connected to Vs. V0 equal to Vs. That is Vm into sin omega t. So when this changes, this voltage changes, this also changes. So straight away the Vs appears across V0. Now you see what happens in the negative cycle. In the negative cycle, the polarity of the source is reversed. Here it is positive. So I get here it is positive. So when the moment when I have the polarity reversal here, this freewheeling diode is forward biased. The moment it sees, the positive voltage here, it says I will conduct. Now the conduction, it is in this path. Freewheeling diode, it conducts. The I0 flows in this way. So after omega t equal to pi, the freewheeling diode starts conducting. If it conducts, the voltage across this is very less. That you can take it as 0. So this 0 voltage appears across my load. Okay. This is because of freewheeling diode. This is alpha. This is pi. This is 2 pi. This is 2 pi plus alpha. 2 pi plus alpha. So this freewheeling diode conducts up to 2 pi plus alpha. This we will discuss how it conducts up to 2 pi plus alpha. Again, when we come to the next cycle, the same thing comes. Again, in the second cycle, we find alpha, meaning at 2 pi plus alpha from omega t equal to 0. And the same story repeats. So here also it is 0. So effectively the output voltage is only this portion, that is from alpha to pi. The V naught present from alpha to pi, otherwise it is 0. This we will say, like how the conduction is there up to the next cycle. Okay, in this part it is the freewheeling diode which conducts. Here it is the freewheeling diode which conducts, and here it is the main thyristor which conducts. It is the thyristor which conducts, and here it is the freewheeling diode. Now, I told you like this freewheeling diode conducts up to the next cycle. How it happens, we will see. Now, you apply the KVL in this circuit. Okay, you apply the KVL in this circuit. That is the current through the resistor plus L into di naught by dt plus voltage across freewheeling diode equal to 0. This freewheeling diode polarity I have taken in this way. Okay. Now, to have the freewheeling diode forward bias, I have to have the voltage across freewheeling diode has to be 1 volt. Now you see this di naught by dt has to produce only 1 volt. Okay, this is very easy. Earlier I am telling for the RL load. Voltage across thyristor Vm into sin omega t minus R I naught minus L into di naught by dt. This is for RL load. Remember, this I am writing for the RL load. Don't confuse with freewheeling diode. This is only for the RL load. This is for RL with freewheeling diode. Earlier, this di naught by dt has to compensate this Vm sin omega t. Earlier, this di naught by dt has to compensate Vm into sin omega t. This could be as negative as possible. To compensate this one, this has to produce very large negative voltage. If it has to produce very large negative voltage, means what? di naught by dt is large negative. Means what? I naught falls rapidly. Earlier, in the RL load, the voltage across thyristor is maintained or balanced through this equation. When it is conducting, the voltage across thyristor has to be 1 volt, and that equal to Vm sin omega t minus R into I naught minus L into di naught by dt. This term has to be 1 volt. In the negative half cycle, this is negative. This is as negative as possible. To compensate this one, this has to be what? More negative. Then only the effective value is positive. So if this value is large negative, means what? di naught by dt is large negative, means what? I naught has to fall rapidly. That is the case with the RL load. But now with freewheeling diode, there is no source. Okay, source term in this equation. There is no source term in the KVL equation. So this is disappearing. Now dA0 by d2 has to counter only this one. This is very small. This is like some 5% or 10% of Vm into sin omega t. The R I0, that value will be something like 5 or 10% in the worst case of sin omega t. So this dA0 by dt can easily counter this negative term. Okay. Now the rate of decay of current with the freewheeling diode, it will be very gradual. Okay. And thereby it extends up to next cycle. That waveform we will see. Initially we have assumed current as 0. Okay. Initially we have assumed the current as 0. So we will start from this point. Okay, initial current is 0. But initial current may exist after 2 to 3 cycles. After 2 to 3 cycles. Now what happens? The current starts rising. Okay, the current starts rising. Now what happens? The current starts rising and then it starts falling. It falls very slow, and the current starts falling. It falls very slow because what? Of the freewheeling action. Now again the SCR is on, so it increases and then it decreases. So this is how the current through the load is maintained. This is what? Assuming the initial current through the SCR is 0. But in the steady state, how it looks, that also we will draw. I am telling for the steady state. In the steady state, what happens? From alpha, the current rises. Okay. From beta to 2 pi plus alpha, it falls. But it starts falling just before pi. Because from alpha to pi by 2, the voltage increases. Okay. So the current has to increase. But since this is a RL circuit, the current lags the voltage by 0 to 90 degrees. Okay, anywhere from 0 to 90. The higher the inductance value, the lagging is closer to 90. The lower the inductance value, it can be close to 0. So the peak is appearing at 90. So the peak here appears from 90 to 180. So I am taking some intermediate value. So after reaching the peak value, it starts decaying, and this comes to the 2 pi plus alpha in the next interval. Again it starts rising and then it starts falling. So this is how the current is maintained constant. This is how the current is maintained constant. This is more or less gradual. This is the current through the freewheeling diode. This is the current through the freewheeling diode. And this is the current through the thyristor. The same thing I can extend here also. The beauty of this freewheeling diode is it is maintaining the constant current through the load. Many times we need the constant current. Correct? Na? Let us suppose we have some drive. Okay, so drive means RL load. Okay, there also inductance does the same thing. Here we have not shown the E. E. But in case of RL load, E will be there. There also the same thing happens. The inductance maintains the constant current to the load. The higher the value of inductance, this ripple will decrease. The higher the value of inductance, this ripple will decrease. Let us suppose if I want the less ripple, I can put more inductance value for a given resistance. So this ripple decreases. Okay. And if I put a large value of inductance, if I put very large value of inductance, this current can be as constant as possible. L, very large. So then it becomes my I0. If L is very large, this becomes my I0. It is more or less constant. Now we will draw the waveform across the thyristor. The funda is when the thyristor conducts, the voltage across it is 0. It is conducting from what? Alpha to pi, or 2 pi plus alpha to 3 pi. 2 pi plus alpha to 3 pi. This is the most important thing. This you have to understand. I am rubbing this. Now, again the same thing. You apply the KVL in this equation. So what I get? Vs equal to voltage across thyristor plus V0. This V0 is voltage across freewheeling diode.